Hello. Hi. Hope you're remembering your amazing divine beings today and every day. You are loved. You are loved. You're never alone. Just do a collective energy reading. And remember, this is a collective reading. So the whole story may not fit. So don't try to box you in, because we are not about the boxes, right? You might just get one message. And just for whenever you're seeing this. And just whenever I say masculine and feminine, it's not about gender, it's the energy, because we have both, right? It's been a little humid, so my cards are a little sticky, so let's do this. All right, spirits, let's show the collective watching an energy to be aware of. An energy to be aware of. Give us a few cards for the collective for an energy to be aware of. An energy that is going on or will be going on that collective needs to be aware of. Maybe something they're not seeing. Maybe a question that they have. Whoa, that is too many. Let's try that again. All right, Spirit. Show the collective that is watching an energy to be aware of, something that they need to know. Maybe something that they haven't quite formed a question for, or for those that have. And then Knight of Cups, or the Page of Cups, sorry. This card is so prevalent in any reading I've done, it seems like, and I do a lot for myself, you know. And that one comes up a lot. Page of Cups is, to me, it's like the messages from the heart. See that little fish? The cups are emotions, the heart, right? So it's always, to me, it's like your heart's trying to tell you something. You need to listen. Or your heart wants you to listen. Because then we have this Knight of Swords, which is very, very thought, right? Swords are thoughts, air, very fast-moving energy. So either an action or a thought that you have, or that somebody else has said or done and you've been thinking about this, your heart wants to tell you something about it. Let's see. This could also, don't forget, this could also be the overall, just what is going on in the world right now. It's pretty wild, and I've noticed with a lot of readings that I watched, they not only resonate little bits in there for me, but just for what is going on in this world. There's a lot of things happening, one after another, a lot of truths coming out, right? A lot of truths coming out. And people are seeing it. It's not taking a long time for things to be seen. And listening to your heart about guidance about what you're seeing, instead of like getting worked up or panicking or, you know, thinking that you know. It's like you gotta listen to your heart, right? Heart space about this. What else about this message for the collective? What else about this message for the collective? The Tower and the High Priestess. So yeah, so now either on a personal level, there's something ruminating, something that your heart has been trying to tell your head, or you've been talking to your heart about. Something feels catastrophic. That's what this looks like to me, like, right? But the Tower doesn't always mean that something is just it's just falling down, because things grow from destruction, right? Things grow from things falling down. Maybe this tower is this old belief system that has to fall, right? So we can build on a new. But I feel like things are coming in so fast, and it's breaking down these old belief systems, these old, like, things that maybe you were told as a kid and you just held on to belief. You didn't really question it. And then one day your heart is going, about that thing, do you really think that that's how it is? That that's the truth? Or is that your truth? It might be somebody else's truth, but that doesn't mean it has to be your truth, right? But yeah, there's just a lot of that happening right now. And I love High Priestess. To me, this is always like, right? Because only you can really know your own truth. It doesn't have to match exactly to somebody else's truth. I mean, unless it's involving another person, then you guys need to discuss what these truths mean to you. Obviously not. You can't just be like, well, that's not my truth, so that can't be anybody's truth. That's just not fair. And that, again, it's about putting boxes in things in boxes. Like, there is no more. I mean, I love a good box. They have their purpose, right? But it's not. And then we have the star underneath. So that Aquarian full moon, right? That was intense. I don't know that I've ever actually really felt Aquarian energy before. I don't have a lot of I don't have really any placements, I think, in Aquarius in my chart. I mean, their houses, obviously. My dad was an Aquarius, but I didn't really even think about all of that until like years and years after he passed. So I've known some Aquariuses, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see that. But to feel that energy, that was the first time for me. So I'm gonna have to put this up here because of that nudity. I don't have anything to put over it. Queen of Swords, right? Know your truth. Know your truth. Only your truth is what can free you, right? And then we have the Empress. Because then, of course, we have the Three of Swords underneath there. So something has hurt. Something has been healing, though, because the Star card came out first, right? The Star card came out first. So something is already in the process of healing, because that's kind of what we all do once things start to break. We get wounded, truths fall, catastrophes that are physically happening in places. It's like immediately we start rebuilding, right? We start building up either the building again or the community comes together, do this. So there's some healing already happening. And and it has to do with your truth, and it has to do with because the Empress is the absolute divine feminine. Like, it's all the queens together. It is Mother Earth. It is creation. It is the source of creation. Like, really, literally rebirthing. Because, they almost always have this card, and she's pregnant, which doesn't always mean pregnant. In your case, if it is, then, then it does. And that's your personal message. But being pregnant, like, I've had dreams, right, where I had a baby, but it wasn't because I was having one. Occasionally it was because someone I knew was having one and they didn't even know yet. That's happened very few times, but it has happened. But a lot of the time, kids, babies, being pregnant in a dream usually just means that there's something new starting, right? So there is a new truth coming through to you, and it may be a reformation of a truth, like dissecting a truth that you were told and reforming it. But I think that you know, right? Because you know. And with this Three of Wands, or Three of Swords, it doesn't always mean that something else or somebody else hurt you. I tend to see this card as our own thoughts piercing our heart, right? And again, when there is destruction, it can hurt. There can be grief, but the healing's already, that healing's already started. It's already started. So know this. I want to get a oracle card from this amazing deck that I just love so much. This Whispers of Aloha. So much so that I put one of my sarongs up because I love hibiscus, so of course that one had to go up. I saw a reader use this deck. It was the first time I'd seen it, and the card that they pulled was, I think, the number 4, and in the book it talks about hibiscus, and I was just like, yeah, that's I'm getting that deck for sure. All right, let's give a little oracle for the readers watching, or for the people watching, for those divine beings who need a little something to take with you today. So let's give these amazing beings a message to take with them today. This one's a little hard for me to hand shuffle it, so we're just going to cut it. And we have, the card that the deck is designed on. Inspired realizations. See where your efforts take you. It's a number 11 card. 11 is always such a great message for me. Inspired realization. I think I'm just going to read really quick just because I've read through this book. This card is a clear sign to move from thinking to acting. Right? I might seem a little rushed and feeling, but maybe you're at a point where you're done thinking about it, right? You may have been finding unproductive activities to help you avoid tackling what is in front of you. Whatever you have been putting off, it is time to get in and do it. Yes. Let's see what's underneath. Navigating emotions. Which is the number 12 card, which was right after it. Be aware of the flow of your feelings. Yes. After that Three of Swords, we did have this Queen of Cups. So, emotions, right? Allow yourself to flow with it, like the whale does. They know where they're going. You know, they have an amazing compassion energy, and they can navigate through this vast ocean and know right where they're going. They don't really have to think about it too much, right? So be aware of where your emotions are going, because your feelings and your emotions, they are indication of where your thoughts are at. They're an indication of maybe where your thoughts need to go. They're an indication of what is going on inside of you. All of them. It's not about not, like, you know, sometimes people will feel sad and they're just like, I'm just so tired of feeling sad. Well, sometimes getting to the root, and sometimes it's okay to sit in that sadness as long as you're not making actions that are going to create more sadness. There's grieving, and grieving is very, very important, because then it allows that sadness to go somewhere instead of sitting, right? So yes, I hope y'all have a wonderful, amazing day, and you remember what amazing divine beings you are. You are loved, and you are loved.